Today's video is something I've never actually done before. So AI is currently something that a lot of people are talking about. So I thought, why not ask it what the next mob vote could be? As the mob vote, if there is one this year, it's not been confirmed yet. It should be announced within the next month or so, because normally Minecraft Live takes place in October, and we're already in September. So I asked AI what the 3 mob votes could be from the Minecraft mob vote. And I've actually found 3 mods that match up quite closely with what AI provided. So let's jump straight to the first mob. I will also put on screen the text the AI generated and basically how it said it would work and the name of it. I will also have all 3 mods linked in the description so you guys can download and mess around with these mobs. So the first one is the Phoenix. Now this is a Nether Phoenix, but the actual AI said that this would be a Nether mob. And this actual mod does a really good job of it. I really like the look of this. I don't know if it can fly. I haven't actually been able to get it to like do anything. So I don't know if its AI is broken. So AI has basically said this mob will spawn within the Nether, which that is where we are. It will also be a hard mob to fight. So it'd have to be a mob you give up for before you fight it, as it's not going to be easy. I don't think that should be the case, because if it could fly, then it might be like quite a difficult mob to actually battle, but I think it should be somewhat hard to fight. And I think it would also be cool if it worked kind of like the Vulture from Minecraft Live, the Badlands mob votes. How the Vulture worked, it would actually scoop down and take loot from dead players. So if he was to die, it would basically pick up your items. Now, that's all we knew about it, but it would be cool if maybe you could find, like, phoenix nests around the Nether. And maybe that could also be a new structure type. And maybe once it actually picks up dead players' items, it will return them to that structure. So it could also be like a way to make items not actually despawn. And it might also make dying in the Nether that little bit easier and make it so items are not lost. But you will have to locate its actual nest, which maybe when you actually kill them, they could drop a item that can be turned into a compass to locate their nest eventually. I definitely think Minecraft definitely does need some new bird types in the game, and I think ones that spawn within the Nether would be cool, because we've already got the ghast that flies around the Nether. But I definitely do think Minecraft could benefit from more birds, because it would just add more atmosphere to the game. The only real birds we have is parrots, but they don't really fly. They just like hover in the air. The next closest thing we have to birds is phantoms, and they actually work a little bit better, although they are annoying. Now, this Nether Phoenix within this mod does also have an egg, which does slowly hatch. It uses the model of the dragon egg, but this over time will hatch, and I think that would also be cool. Maybe you could find an egg, and if you help it hatch, the Phoenix will then be yours, which you can then use it to collect items around the world, kind of like LA's. Okay, I've actually just found out how to work the mob. You can actually throw a saddle onto it and ride it around, as you can see right here. I definitely don't think this should be a thing within vanilla Minecraft, because this would be quite OP if you could just jump on a flying mob and fly around with it. Although I think something like this would be cool. Maybe it had like a hunger timer where every few minutes it has to land on the ground to eat or something. Before we jump to the second mob, I just want to clarify, these mobs are not confirmed to be in the mob vote. These are literally just what AI has created that it thinks should be in a future mob vote. Once we actually know what mobs are within the vote, if there is one this year, I will cover them on the channel, and I will try and code them into the game so we can see what they might feel like. Let's jump to the second mob, and this second mob is the Yeti. AI thinks that the Yeti would be a good mob within the mob vote. Now, this mob will be passive towards the players until you enter its territory. What its territory would be, maybe it could be a structure, or maybe it could just be if you go within a certain blocks of it, then it will start attacking you, which I think is a cool idea, because it would then be a mob that would defend these snowy biomes, as we don't really have anything, apart from polar bears now and again, but also strays. There isn't really anything that defends snow or ice. This could also once again be a new addition to a structure, because there could be some Yeti cave or something like that that could hold this place. AI does say something about valuable resources and something for magic. Maybe that could be it drops something for a new potion effect, or maybe it does something with powdered snow where you can throw like a snowball at someone, it will freeze them. But I think a Yeti would be really cool within Minecraft. I really do like this model. Once again, the actual mod will be linked in the description. I also love the animations that the mob has as well. I like the idea of these dropping some sort of like powdered snowball that you can then throw at a player to give them a few seconds of the freeze effect, as the only current way to get the freeze effect is through powdered snow. These will then add more to the freeze effect. Maybe it could also freeze you upon attacking. That could also be good. I think the Yeti has been a recommended feature on the feedback website for quite some time now. And the final thing the AI mentions about the actual Yeti, it says that you would need more than one player to actually kill it. I'm guessing the AI just wants it to be a hard mob, like somewhat of a boss mob. But I definitely think it should be somewhat difficult, and it should have some unique attacks like the actual Warden does. So we've covered mob 1, which was the Phoenix. We've covered mob 2, which was the Yeti. Now the AI thinks mob 3, and this mob is the Unicorn. The Unicorn, according to the AI, would be a rare mob that you can find within the overworld. I think that would be cool. A rare mob that you maybe have to hunt for. It could spawn kind of like the skeleton horse, but not to do with lightning, just like a random chance. And maybe there could be some certain thing that you can do to make it have a more common chance of spawning. AI also does say that you would be able to tame it and also ride it, which would obviously work like a normal horse. But I think it would have to have some special abilities because it would have to be different. Otherwise, what is the point adding it? Like the camel, for example, that was added in 120, it can ride 2 players. So just making this a retextured horse wouldn't really work. Now, the AI does say stuff like if you are riding it, it will give you certain buffs and abilities. Maybe a new potion effect that will do a certain thing could be cool. I'm not exactly too sure what that would be. But I definitely think the actual unicorn should be able to like kind of hover or float, kind of like chickens, but maybe they would be a bit more controllable while doing so. So you can kind of like fly with them, but not be in the air for too long. It then does also bring up the part about it being a rare mob, saying that it would be really hard to find, but when you do find it, it'll be worth finding. So what it would actually be worth finding for, it doesn't actually say, but it does mention that when you actually tame it, it will give you certain abilities. Maybe you could use like its horn to ram things and kill them, like kind of like goats, but you actually have to do it as the player. But they are the 3 mobs that AI thinks should be within the next mob vote. I actually think they are good range. There is one for the basic overworld, there is one for the nether, and one for snowy biomes within the overworld. If these 3 mobs was to be in a mob vote, who would you actually vote for? I think my favorite would probably have to be the Phoenix or the Yeti. Maybe more going towards the Yeti because I think it could work within the game really well. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end this video. If you did enjoy, do leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget, as soon as the mob vote is announced, if there is one this year, I will be coding the mobs into the game as best I possibly can, as quickly as I possibly can as well, so you guys can get a rough idea of what they look like and what they might act like. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.